Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be giving an update on SNSS. As per requested, you'll find my original DD in the description below so you can watch it afterwards. But before you do that, make sure you watch this one here for the latest updates, including in recent news that I'll be referring into the end, including the buyout rumors as well. Before we move forward, please drop a like to the video to help this channel grow. Subscribe to the channel to get the latest out of videos and turn your notifications on. Without further ado, we're going to look first into technical analysis and then going to go through news. And with looking into the 1 month, 1 day, we get to see different things here. So on the average directional index, it does suggest that there is a possibility of a trend forming in a 21. Once it crosses the 25, that trend becomes the possibility that trend becomes a lot stronger. And once it crosses 30, then it becomes confirmed. Now, willing percent R still sits at oversold, relatively oversold, sitting in a little bit closer to oversold than neutral, so that's a good sign. Momentum hasn't been lost that much. It's still gaining in back a bit of momentum after the offering at 23 cents. So it's still gained quite a bit from 23 cents mark. MACD is curving down. That might be a little bit dangerous in case if it actually does reverse, so you don't want it to reverse. You want it to still maintain that kind of level and bounce back up. Now, there is a possibility that it does cross there. That is something similar to what's happened here sometime next week, probably Wednesday. So you want to look into that. Stock price is still under the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA. Stock price, 10 SMA and 30 SMA are touching. And if the 10 SMA crosses the 30 SMA and goes right above it, that's a bullish sign. Now, they are touching, so that's usually a sign for a potential breakout. So that's something to watch. Now, going on to the 1 hour perspective. We get to see the MACD has been quite a bit stable, positive ever since the evening of the 29th, so the 30th and the 31st. Even on a red day, the MACD has been positive, although it's more trading in sideways, so it's weak positive. ADX shows in a possibility, a strong indication that a trend is forming in towards a positive. Willing percent R, I would say it's mostly around neutral, and the momentum seems to be here a little bit sloppy. What we get to see here is happening is that the 200 SMA is still above the price. The 50 SMA is under the price. So that's both bearish and bullish at the same time because they kind of cancel each other out in my book. 10 SMA and the 30 SMA are touching. The VWAP here is it's irrelevant, it's giving irrelevant information. So let's move on and take a quick look in terms of the moving averages. And you get to see here in the band that the stock is trading in the lower band. And it did touch the upper band really nicely. So we expect it to kind of hover between up and down, up to the 0.34 mark and down to the 0.28 mark. So that sounds like that's a good place for it to be. Now on the unbalanced volume, it seems that there's a massive increase in terms of the positions that people have. So that looks good. Volume has picked up again from the last day, although that could just barely be on the buyout rumors. Now going on to Fibonacci retracements and try to identify where the supports and resistances are. And I'm going to be moving as well to two different kinds. So quickly, 0.33. Let's try to do quickly here. Let's see where it sits. Somewhere around over there. Okay, this looks quite right. So there seems to be a Fibonacci resistance around the 0.31 mark, and a traditional support perhaps around 0.30, as you can see here. And then following that is 0.29, also confirmed on Fibonacci. And then following that is support is around 0.28. 0.27 confirmed here. And then looking at 0.26 and then 0.25. When we're looking at other resistances here, we're going to look into somewhere right about here, 0.33. Somewhere about 0.34. And then jumping into 0.36. And then jumping into around 0.37, 0.39, 0.41, and you can see the uptrend there. So moving on towards trend lines, nothing significant because of the offering, so nothing to signify there. Try to look into perhaps something looking like this, an uptrend since the offering that hasn't been broken yet. So moving on now towards latest news. Here's the latest news in it. In terms of institutional buyers, last one has been, I believe Sabi's on there. Double check. Yep, this is SNS. So Sabi's on the 29th there for the 13 GA institutional trades and 13F. We get to see 24th, it was added on Fidelity and all that stuff. That's before the offering. And on the 30th, Signature LLC dumped it out for their entire profile. Others are still holding, but this one has around $1.7 billion, so it's a large position. Well, sorry, it could be a larger position that they had. Nothing significant there for me. Moving on towards the 8K form, that's nothing to do other than just the offering at a 0.23 per share. So that's in kind of priced in. Same kind of news. Now going on towards the buyout rumors and how I would trade this. So companies have different buyout rumors all the time, and from my understanding for this one here is that the buyout rumor is about a different company. Their Zoom card information email now is sitting in with this company's domain, their CBO. So it's kind of interesting to see, but as it is, treat it as just rumors. Think back like you're in high school and then there's just rumors on it. You never know if it's right or not. And so don't put all your eggs in one basket, because, you know, if this comes out and it's not rumors, there's going to be an overreaction of selling out. And that's the most dangerous thing of a rumor. A rumor can get the price to jump in, let's say 10%, but once it debunks, it drops quite heavily. So my expectation for this is I'll probably hold it for Monday. See how it holds. If that MACD starts going on, curving towards a negative, I'll definitely consider selling. But if you are a believer of this rumor and you know it, you talk to whoever person said, and you can still stay in it. You can invest more because you're believing that rumor. I myself don't buy rumors from Amazon, Disney, Google, Microsoft buying everything in the market and other companies buying everything. Unless I see it on paper or see credible sources, then it's just as it is a rumor. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure you mention it down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and you have a wonderful day.